Recording.
Hello, my name is Sarah Scher, and I'm the Housing Operations Coordinator here at Southeastern. And tonight we're going to talk about checking out for fall 2020, checking out of your residence hall. And this is for students who plan to come back after Thanksgiving break and go through finals week and then check out and terminate or cancel their spring contract. So in order to do that, you will want to access the StarRes portal, is where we have all of our housing processes. And so you've come to the Southeastern webpage, go to current students, scroll down to campus housing and residence life. You will click the apply to live on campus. Okay, typically you would come to a login screen. I'm already logged in, so the important thing to remember is to always use the blue button at the very bottom that says SSO login. Okay, so now that you have come to the StarRes portal homepage and you want to check out for the fall semester, and this is in December, and you want to terminate your spring contract, you're going to go over to the Express Checkout button. Here are my options. Because I am returning after Thanksgiving, I will select that I am checking out after November 20th. The important thing to remember, this is kind of a two-step process here. So before November 13th, we ask that everyone accesses the StarRes portal, no matter what your plans are after that. Okay, you want to come in here and let us know if you are going to plan to check out before or after the Thanksgiving break so that we can plan accordingly. So this next page says, just to verify that I am going in the right direction, I am checking out after November 20th. This deadline here is for students who are planning to stay during the winter intersession. Since this is not what we are talking about in this session, we will just go on by that and click save and continue. So my next option would be I am going to check out and I plan to terminate my contract for the spring semester. Okay, so I plan to check out. I'm going to leave my room and terminate my contract for the spring semester after finals in December. We do ask that you have all of your things packed up and you are ready to leave before 4 p.m. on that Friday, which is December 11th. That is of finals week. And so then the next thing that you're going to do is verify. This would have your room information here. You're going to verify that that is correct for you before you click the select button. It's going to take you to a page that has a lot of information about your housing contract and your move out procedures. It's very important to make sure you're very familiar with your housing contract. In life, you always want to read very carefully. Those types of contracts can save you a lot of money in the future if you're aware of it before you sign what the details are. So make sure that you understand all of the cancellation fees involved with canceling or terminating your contract. Make sure that you read thoroughly all of this information and that you understand what is being asked of you. For students who are going to stay with us until finals week and then plan to terminate or cancel their spring contract, the process is going to be a little bit different for you because we are going to need you to return that key to us. And so after you've come through and read all of this information, we're going to ask that you schedule an appointment with us. Make sure that you are looking at the right days because this is going to be for those of you who are staying through until December. So for our purposes, let's go ahead and select that Friday, December 11th. We're going to check out before 4 p.m. So we're going to select 2 to 3 p.m. Now this is for those who, like I said, are going to terminate their spring contract. So that means they need to return their key to us. And that is going to take place during this scheduled time in the student union on the 3rd floor in room 323. You are going to be given some envelopes that you will label with your name, student ID, and room number. This process is going to be very quick because basically all you're going to do at this time is return your key to us. So go ahead and you will check that you have read and understand all the required steps. Now, since you are going to be leaving us and you're not returning, make sure that you clear out your room, all of your shared spaces, and clean. The rooms will be inspected after your departure. So this is all during the first step. Okay, so make sure that you go through all of that information before November 13th, because we need to get an idea of who is going to stay and who is going to leave before or at Thanksgiving break. So we've gone through finals and you have packed your car up, you've cleaned your room, and now you're actually ready to go. And so you're going to access the StarRes portal again. You'll go through all of the same prompts until you come to this screen right here. And this is really important because this is where you're actually going to cancel or terminate your spring reservation. So you'll once again make sure that this information is correct for you and select. And I'll just add that failure to do so, failure to go ahead and come back into the StarRes portal and complete this termination process can cost you money. The earlier you cancel it or terminate your contract, the more money you save, because the way the contract is set up, you will actually be charged for any days prior to your cancellation and then half of any remainder of the contract. So you want to make sure that you do follow up. Thank you. That's my audience here. Go ahead and select your reason for cancellation. And you've got, we're going to select special circumstances, including marriage, childbirth, military action. So if you have any other information that you want to share with us, go ahead there. Since you're leaving, you're probably going to want to cancel your meal plan, but you may not. If you are actually going to stay enrolled, but you're living off campus, you may not want to check that box right there. So the actual checkout date that you plan to leave will be in December. And we said we're going to leave on December 11th. And we have reviewed the terms and contracts, and you understand that your key must be returned. So you'll check that box right there and then actually click the terminate my contract. You will receive a confirmation email, and that is actually the end of that process for any students who are planning to, if you're planning to leave after finals and then terminate your contract. So at this time, I'll take any questions anybody may have. Does anybody have any questions?
To clarify, if I am terminating my spring contract, I can't stay over winter intersession. Is that correct?
That is correct.
That is correct. And the reason, Trey, the reason for that would be we have to get into those rooms and prepare them for a new resident in January. So we can't have somebody staying right up until then. So we're just really not able to accommodate people during that time.
Thank you.
Sure, that's a great question.
So if I terminate my contract and then later decide I want to come back, do I just go in StarRes and reapply? Or?
So that's going to be a case if you go in and terminate your contract, and and then you just later decide that you want to live here in the spring, that's going to be a case where you're going to have to contact us. It would be Sarah or myself, most likely Sarah, who would be assisting you with that. And it's going to be a special case scenario. Within our housing portal, you cannot reactivate a contract once you have terminated it. So we really, really encourage you to think carefully, make sure you read through the terms and conditions, know what your charges will be before you make that decision. Just because, you know, it does have some consequences, and it does mean that we may have to do something different in the spring.
I have a quick question. Okay, so since I'm terminating my contract in the spring, can I have a guest help me move my stuff out?
Yes, you are allowed one guest, but do make sure that they wear the appropriate mask and take precautions because of the COVID-19.
COVID-19. Okay, and just one, right?
Just one.
Just one. Okay, thank you.
That is, you can have somebody, like you can have additional people helping you outside, but coming into the building, we've been limiting students from even having anybody that lived outside of the building from coming in. So we really want to maintain that safer environment in the hall. But if you have other people that want to help you, like from the door to your car, you can certainly do that as long as it's outside.
Oh, well, that's good. Okay, thank you.
Yes, Trey.
Sorry, I didn't have anything.
Oh, okay. Those are all great questions. Does anybody have anything else before we wrap up? Okay, well, I'll just go remind you that everyone really needs to access the portal before November 13th so that we can get an idea of how many people are going to be returning after Thanksgiving. And we can plan for everyone. And so then the other deadline would be the December 1st deadline, which is for those students who plan to stay during the winter intersession, which is not really applicable for this scenario that we're talking about here. But those are the most important deadlines, and we appreciate your time.
And of course, to make sure you're checked out by December 11th.
Yeah.